Oh, hey there. Can we please talk about UFC Vegas 35 coming up this weekend? It's also the Ultimate Fighter finale. I'll have a little kind of look at that as well. If you're new to this, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for your support. Much appreciated. Basically, this is my fights in 15 picks, where basically the Burt Locker will look at this fight card, and I'm going to have a look at some fights where I think there might be either a chance for the fight to be good, or there's maybe an underdog that I feel like is going to come in, and I'll try and wrap it up in about 15 minutes or less. So, let's start off in the middleweight division. A lot of middleweight fights on this card tonight. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, Sam Alvey, I cannot believe he's still in the promotion, against Wellington Turman, who's a Brazilian fella. So, okay, Smiling Sam, the reason I alluded to him still fighting in the promotion is, let's be fair, in his last 6 fights, he has lost 5 and gone to a split draw. He has not won any of his last 6 fights. That's one of the worst skids I've ever seen, and I think he's a great fighter. Really, he's so much fun to watch, and that's probably why he's still under contract. Although, let's be fair, Turman's not exactly setting the world on fire either, is he? He's won 1 in his first 4 UFC appearances. His last 2 were knockout losses as well. And Smiling Sam does have power, and he does have a good chin. So maybe he could get the KO, but honestly, I would want better than +4, 3-1 on that, which is all they're offering. I would want better than that. I would have thought that Sam Alvey would be a heavier underdog here. So I'm going to actually go with what I feel is the most likely outcome for a change. Is for Sam to lose a close decision, as he often does. He'll smile his way to another decision loss. So my money will be going on Turman by decision, 3.5. That's 5-2, which is an awful bet with awful odds. And I kind of hope that Sam gets the knockout, but I don't see it happening. Now we've got Alessio Di Chirico versus Abdul Razak Alhassan, again at 185 pounds. Now last time out, Di Chirico, he had his back against the wall against Buckley, and man, did he deliver, because he KO'd him with a lovely, lovely head kick. And similar fight here. Can lightning strike twice is the real question, isn't it? And at the moment, it's kind of like, yeah, maybe. I mean, look, Alessio, he has the height and he has the reach and he has a slight edge in speed, one would imagine. Alhassan, he's not had a good run of form of late. He's struggled to make 170 pounds, which I feel like that has been some of his problems anyway. So, although he did drop a decision to Jacob Mulcoon in his middleweight return, I think Alhassan is going to get the job done as an underdog here. And you know what? Getting Alhassan as an underdog is not bad, to be fair. A knockout for me would be the method, which is +4. And so yeah, about 3-1. And I like that because there is value there. There is some value in that bet because Alhassan, historically, look, he's only got about a round and a half to do it. Otherwise, he's going to gas out and Chirico's going to take over. But I am gambling on him being able to do that. I just realised that is just in the wrong place completely. Bah, terrible. Terrible bet, terrible setup. But yeah, so we've got Daniel Rodriguez versus Kevin Lee. Now, this is interesting. Can Kevin Lee get back to his winning ways? Because, man, he's been struggling lately. Because whichever way you slice it, kind of Kevin Lee, number 1, he's not been very active. And number 2, he has lost 4 of his last 6. Right? And I don't care who it's against. At a certain point, it's like, you need to be winning more than that, really. Weirdly, Rodriguez he's got about 3 inches in height over Lee, but he's still giving up the reach advantage. But opposite to Lee, Rodriguez has got some real momentum going. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit of a dark horse in this division, really. He's had 6 fights in the UFC and won 5 of them. His last fight was a knockout, really nice knockout. And as I said, in terms of being active as well, Rodriguez has already fought twice in 2021, whereas Lee has not fought for a year and a half since he lost that submission to Oliveira. So I like Rodriguez here. Rodriguez is coming in as an underdog, and there is some real value there. I think that it's most likely he might find the knockout because Rodriguez has got some really good hands. But you can't rule out the submission because he submitted Tim Means as well with a guillotine, and he's active enough to get the decisions as well. So I'm not going to pick a method here. You're getting slightly better than even money on Rodriguez, which is a brilliant bet, I think. This is my pick of the week. 2.20, 1.20 to 1. that is, I feel like Rodriguez as an underdog, that is some real value there, because I think he's got a very, very good chance of beating Kevin Lee, because Kevin Lee has shown that he's more than beatable in his life, and he hasn't been active as well. That really plays against him. Now, I'm not going to pick on the Ultimate Fighter finals, because both of them had dropouts basically, so it's hard to tell who's going to win what. But I would say that Brian Battle, heavy favourite, as he should be, and Ricky Tercios, the Night Stalker, I call him, because he looks just like Richard Ramirez, right? Look at those two guys. They're the same person. How his nickname is not the Night Stalker? He has missed a trick there. His nickname should 100% be the Night Stalker or Richard Ramirez. So Richard Ramirez Tukios or whatever. But yeah, either way, he's coming in as a heavy favourite, rightly so as well. That is pretty standard. They're both likely to win. Then we have the main event. The main event, wow, this one is a fight. Honestly, I'm so looking forward to this. As soon as it was announced, I think I managed to get a little notice on it on one of my episodes ages ago. But yeah, they booked it. Edson Barboza versus Giga Chikadze at 145 pounds. This is an absolute banger of a fight, because look, Edson Barboza at 145 pounds is an absolute killer. Like, he dropped like a split decision to Dan Ige, I think, but I didn't really agree with that decision. That could have gone either way. But other than that, he has been lighting people up. He knocked out Shane Burgos. He looked really fantastic. And then going up against him, you've got Giga Chikadze. Giga Chikadze is an absolute killer in his own right. Loves that kickboxing style. Got a fantastic knockout in his last fight against Cub Swanson. And so you've got both of these guys, both guys coming in off knockouts, heavy kickboxing style. Both of them are fantastic kickboxers, really good defensively as well, which is actually going to come back to my bet. For me, I don't know who to pick on this one. Both of them are incredible fighters. Guns to my head, who do I want to win? I would like to see Edson Barboza maybe get a crack at that featherweight title. I feel like Giga Chikadze probably has more time to do it than Edson Barboza. So really, as a fan of Barboza, as a fan of both of them really, I would like to see Edson Barboza maybe win this one and get close to a title shot, because I think that he is a very special fighter, and I'd love to see him get that strap before he calls it a day. But my bet isn't on the result, because what I'm betting on is this fight going the distance, because you're getting better than even money on that. And when you consider that in 31 fights, Barboza has only been knocked out 3 times, and one of those was a doctor stoppage. And then you've got Chikadze, who's never been knocked out. And it's featherweight, so during the lighter weight classes, they do tend to go to decision slightly more. Plus, both of them are very, very good kickboxers, so both of them know how to defend and how to get out of the way of things. Don't get me wrong, I think this is going to be a sensational fight. I think it's going to be violent, but both men have good chins, and both men are very comfortable in a kickboxing environment. So I do feel like they're going to kick the shit out of each other for 5 whole rounds, and that is what my money is going on. Getting 2.38, 1.38 to 1 on the fight going the distance, and then just sit back and enjoy, because that is what I am going to do. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this one. It's going to be a hell of a good fight, and that is all of my bets put onto one slip. You've got a 4-fold there, which is 73.15, which is like what, 72.1521, I guess, just about. But either way, that 4-fold is, as I say, Sam Alvey versus Turman. I'm taking Turman by decision in that one. Alessio DiCilio versus Alhassan. I am taking Alhassan by knockout in that one. And Daniel Rodriguez versus Kevin Lee. I am taking Daniel Rodriguez just to win straight up in that one. And then, obviously, Edson Barboza, Giga Chikadze, we just covered that one. I am just betting on that fight to go the distance. So, yeah, I am going to be doing a wrap-up of those fight picks. It'll be probably Tuesday or Wednesday next week. I'm going to shoot for Tuesday, and then yeah, I'll probably get them done Tuesday. But yeah, we'll see how all those bets panned out. And if you're watching this on Thursday, thank you very much for subscribing to the Patreon. If you're watching this on Saturday, thank you very much for watching on my YouTube channel. It really is. It's much appreciated. If you enjoy the content, please remember to like, share and subscribe. And if you're listening to this as an audio podcast, please just like, if you've got friends that are into MMA and you think that your friends might enjoy listening to me talk about and make my picks, you know, have a bit of a laugh, have some fun whilst talking about mixed martial arts, as I always do every week. Just please tell your friends, word of mouth, like it helps kind of grow the podcast and everything like that. So until Tuesday or possibly Wednesday, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.